So we're at that time again in American history where we are having epidemic level numbers of people addicted to pain medications or heroin, pills, methamphetamines, and it seems like it's a roller coaster ride with this country. We'll go through these years where it's a huge issue, and then we'll start the Say No to Drugs campaigns or all these other stupid campaigns that don't really do nothing, and we'll kind of hide the numbers for a little while, but we never really talk about exactly why we're having these type of issues. And I think this country has tons of reasons why we have all these type of issues. I mean, one of the main reasons is we give our doctors licenses to prescribe these really harmful and deadly drugs to people with no real repercussions. I mean, in the past couple of years, there's started to been some type of repercussions, but back in the day, these doctors would just write these prescriptions, get these people addicted, and then these people would keep coming back. They'd keep writing these prescriptions. They're getting paid off it. They're government drug dealers. They're legal drug dealers, And nowadays, we have this war on drugs that's been going on since the 80s, which isn't really a real war, because wars end. This is all about capitalizing and locking people up and making money one way or the other, because that's the only thing that we seem to care about in this country is money. And we're destroying our people because of it, And then you got people like from my generation who are shooting heroin left and right, and it's crazy to me because growing up, all we heard about was how you shoot heroin one time and you're addicted for life, And I understand that maybe they were, addicted to pain pills. Doctors had them on pain pills. Now they're, switching to heroin. But I don't understand that if you know that these drugs are going to get you addicted and they're going to kill you, why even start them in the first place, And I may sound shitty, but I don't really feel sympathy for people like that because you knew what was going to happen before it started. It's like the snake theory, right? You grab the snake to bring him off the mountain, and then once he's off the mountain, he bites you. You knew he was a snake before you put him in your shirt to bring him off the mountain, so why do it? It baffles me. I think that if we put less focus on stuff that doesn't matter, like locking people up because of drugs, then maybe, we can kind of save some of these people, but at the end of the day, it's just there's no real solution other than education. Locking people up isn't doing it. If you educate these people as to what the outcomes will be, I mean, maybe that won't do it either, because like I said, my generation was educated on what happens when you shoot fucking dope in your veins, and people are still doing it. I mean, those type of drugs are extremely bad. There's no way around it, and people know it. You see it. You see it in TV, you see it on the street, you hear it in stories. So if you're still willing to do that, knowing the outcome is going to be disgusting and it's going to be your death, then it's suicide by drug dealer. You can't blame anybody else but that person. And addiction being a disease, I mean, it might become a disease because your body gets addicted to this stuff, but you don't just come out of the womb unless you were born, a crack baby or a heroin baby. You don't just come out of the womb wanting drugs. So it's not something that just gets in your body and it's like, oh yeah, now I have a disease, I want drugs. It was your choice as a person. You chose to do that. So I don't know. I don't see what the big push on for sympathy is, or people are being compassionate. I mean, obviously always be compassionate to your loved ones, but at the end of the day, you made your bed, you lay in it, man. And I know that it's the nation's fault that it's such a weird thing, because we should be investing more money in treatment, and we should be investing more money in helping people instead of locking people up. But we all know the country we live in. This country isn't really about the people. This country is about money. It's about locking people up to get money. I mean, the police illegally can shoot you and kill you with no repercussions. I mean, we know the country we live in. We know that if you shoot heroin or you do fucking meth or any of that kind of stuff, you're going to be addicted to it. So if you make those choices, you kind of made your bed, man. You got to lay in it. So I can't really feel sympathy for you. I've done bad stuff. I've done stupid stuff. I've done drugs that I probably shouldn't do, but I know the difference between do this for the rest of my life or not, and I chose not, so if I can do it, you can do it. But anyway, that's just my take on it. I'm hearing all this stuff about all these people ODing, and a lot of people that I know that I grew up with are now addicted to drugs, and I don't know. I don't feel that sympathy in my heart for them, I guess. And maybe that's wrong of me, but it is what it is. That's my take for now.